Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So I decided to try this YouTube thing out. I watch YouTube a lot and I really want to document mine and my family's life. And I decided let's just put it out there. So I wanted to talk about how I found out I was pregnant when I was 17 years old. Very young age to be pregnant. Just to start off with how I met my husband. When I was a sophomore, my husband was a junior in high school, and he really liked me. I was very mean to him for 8 months straight. I honestly don't know how he kept going, but I rejected him. I was scared of commitment, of what guys were capable of doing. So I was terrified, but he just kept going and going. And December of 2015, I just started liking him back. And by February of 2016, we were dating, we were together by that time. So after that, sorry, this is my puppy. She's very clingy. But yeah, after we got together, we weren't sexually active until about April, May, somewhere around there. But we were very inseparable. And nobody actually knows this, but I ended up having a miscarriage at the end of May, beginning of June. I'm not exactly sure when, but of 2016. So after that, I decided to get on birth control. So I got on the Depo shot, and that was painful. They put it in my hip, and it hurt the whole time. I was moody. I was mean. I wasn't attracted to my boyfriend. It was just like very bad experience. So I went with the implant in your arm. Didn't hurt getting it, just the shot burned a little bit, but I was on my period every single day for 7 months straight, and it actually messed up my respiratory system. So January of 2017, January 6th, 2017, I had gotten the implant out because they just said that was the best thing for me to do with my health issues and everything from that. So I got the implant taken out, and we weren't careful. We kind of knew like it would happen, but we were just, if God wants it to happen, it'll happen. If not, it won't happen. Whatever. So we weren't protecting ourselves. So by February, the end of February, beginning of March, I had gotten pregnant around that time. But I took a pregnancy test February 21st because I was spotting, and it was negative. So I was like, okay, whatever. It must be my period acting weird. So March went on. We went to Six Flags and everything the first week of March, and went on all the rides because I thought I wasn't pregnant. I'm safe to go. So by the end of March 24th, 2017, me and my husband had taken a pregnancy test together, and instantly positive instantly. So me being me, I was like, there's no way. So the next day I took another pregnancy test, came out positive, and these are the little dollar store ones. So I was like, I don't know, it's crazy, it's hard to believe. So the first person I told was my cousin Sierra. We were like very close. So we told my cousin Sierra, and she told me what to do and everything. So the next day we had told my husband's parents. They were super excited. My husband's actually the first grandchild on that side. Our kid was going to be the first great grandchild, so they were very excited. My family was disappointed, as usual. I was 17 and finding out I was pregnant, so they were disappointed, but they caught on with it. They were pretty happy after a while. And March 27th, I went into Planned Parenthood and took a pregnancy test there to get the confirmation to be able to see an OBGYN. Because I live in Merced, California, and where I live, you have to have a referral to even be able to see an OB. So I got the pregnancy test done there. It was positive. They thought I was about 9.5 weeks, I believe. And so that was actually the day for my birthday. March 28th was my 18th birthday, so I then turned 18 years old. And that's how I found out I was pregnant. We were very happy. We thought it was a blessing, no matter what anybody said. A lot of people tried to tell us our lives were over, we were stupid, we were immature, but don't listen to anything anybody ever says. I'm not condoning teen pregnancy. I'm just saying I believe everything happens for a reason, and I believe she was a blessing in our lives. So just don't let anybody ever bring you down. Going on with the weeks, I went to the doctor April 1st, I believe. April 1st or April 6th, sometime around there. And I went in and got a sonogram. Told me I was 6 weeks. The baby was so tiny, and they told me I was 6 weeks and I can't remember how many days, but 6 weeks. So they called us in to come in a week later to see the baby better because she was so tiny at the time. And so we go in a week later. That time I was 7 weeks, 3 days. Everything sounds good, everything's perfect. So as the months go on, I'm very tiny. My stomach wasn't growing, so my OB realized that, and I have scar tissue from a surgery when I was 5 that wouldn't stretch, so my stomach was very tiny, and I'll insert some pictures. By the time I was 15 weeks, I did an early gender reveal, and it was a girl. We had a girl. We decided to name her Ella May Guerrero. That's her name, and it was very exciting. We were, we wanted a boy, but no matter what gender, as long as our baby's healthy, it's all we cared about. So we were excited to find out we were having a little girl. It's actually, my husband's family doesn't have that many girls, so they were very excited, and my family is all girls, so my family already knew it was going to be a girl. And by the time July came, I don't remember the exact date, but I was 24 weeks, the beginning of July, I went into early labor. I was dilated to 1 centimeter dilated. I was having contractions, so they decided to give me the shot for the baby's lungs in case she came. They ended up sending me home. I was bedridden for the rest of my pregnancy. So by the time September came, I was 32 weeks pregnant, and I was gonna turn 33 weeks the next day. My wedding was actually the next day. The day before my wedding, I was in the hospital having early labor again. So they did the same thing. They gave me the shots. They gave me the pills they gave me to stop the contractions so the baby doesn't come. And I was dilated to 1.5, I believe, or almost a 2 by then. And then they ended up sending me home that Friday morning before my wedding. 37 weeks comes around. I had been having contractions for a couple days since the day I turned 37 weeks, and my weeks turned on Fridays. So I had just turned 37 weeks, and I had contractions on the day I turned 37 weeks, contractions Saturday. I'm 37 weeks, and one day we go dirt bike riding. I ride there's a little 50 dirt bike that my husband's uncle had there. So I rode the little 50. They're like, oh, ride it, see if it starts contractions, just joking around. You already had him, but starts flaring him up. So I ride that, and then I go on a go-kart. My husband took me to go-kart slow. We're going really slow. It's really tiny dirt bike. And so I did that. Sure enough, that night, actually, I was having contractions. I woke up at 5 a.m. with strong contractions. Woke my husband up. Him and my mom actually went to the gym. When they were coming back, I asked them, hey, get me a chocolate donut, those pregnancy cravings. And so they did. And they said, come meet me outside. So I go outside, and as I'm going outside, I feel something come out. And I was like, oh no. My mucus plug had come out. And after that, I was leaking fluid all day. I was bleeding all day. But I called the hospital. They said, don't come in yet. Wait and see if your contractions progress. Because I was getting contractions regularly, but they weren't getting stronger. But they were painful, pretty painful, just not getting super strong. So by 5:30 at night, my husband's family is actually coming over because my mom's a Miami Dolphin fan and my husband's fan and a Raider fan, so they were playing that night. So they were all coming over for a barbecue, and by that time I was like, I can't take it, I need to go. My mom calls the hospital for me. They say, yes, bring her in. So I go into the hospital. They bring me in, they ask me all these questions of the triage. After the triage, they put me in this little room. It's the room where they monitor you first to see if you're for sure in labor. So after about 30 minutes, they come in, they test my water. They said my water wasn't broken, but it was leaking. So they checked me and they said, well, you're in active labor. I was 2.5 centimeters dilated, 100% effaced already. So they put me into a labor and delivery room. And that's when my husband had called and said, well, we're not leaving here without a baby. And I dilated to, by the time it was 5 a.m., I was dilated to 3 that I knew of at the time. and I was asking for, at that time I couldn't take it. I was in so much pain. I needed the epidural. I had to get my epidural. So I was yelling at everybody. My husband was mocking me. I didn't think it was funny. I was pissed. I was like, no, I want the epidural. I can't take this anymore. I'm in so much pain. I'm so exhausted. I've been having contractions for days now. I want my epidural now. When they came in at 7:30, checked me, said, oh, you're a 4, you're eligible for epidural now. So I was like, yes. They said they're gonna have someone bring it to me. By the time 9:30 comes around, I'm one pissed off mama. I was in so much pain. I just wanted my epidural. I did not care. I just wanted my epidural. By that time, they checked me again. I'm a 5 this time. They gave me my epidural. It was the best thing ever. I guess I just went loopy. I was singing. I was sleeping and singing and just everything. Laughing, having conversations. Wasn't pissed off anymore. 3 or 4 hours go on. This is by 9:30 a.m. So I would say 3 to 5 hours go by. Stuck at a 5, so they decided to give me Pitocin. They give me Pitocin. I shoot to a 7 within like 30 minutes, and at this time it's like 3:30, and it's like 3:30 on Monday afternoon. Because when I went into the hospital, it was a Sunday, so 3:30 on Monday afternoon, and gave me Pitocin, shot to a 7. My water still hasn't fully broken, so they decided at 7 they were going to stop the Pitocin. They popped my water. Within 30 minutes. I was out of 10, and I remember because I felt pain on my right side, and I asked him, I said, I called him in, and I said, I'm feeling a lot of pain on my right side and nothing on my left. At this point, I thought they messed up my epidural. I was about to be so pissed. Oh my god, I was just stressed out. I felt everything. It hurt so bad, but only on my right side. So I asked them, they wouldn't check me, so I told them, oh, but I feel pressure, because I know, like, if you tell them that, they have to check you in case you're ready to push. She looks down, she didn't even have to check me. She's like, oh, well, she's coming out. Her head's coming out. And I was like, at that point, I went into shock where I didn't say anything. I didn't smile. I didn't, nothing. Just tears are coming out, and I was quiet because I knew, holy crap, I'm about to be a mama to a beautiful baby girl. I was in shock. My husband was so happy. They had them look at the head and what her hair looked like. She had curly, dark hair. And they go get the doctor, and the doctor comes in and says, okay, practice push. Go ahead and push. So I start to push. And he's like, okay, he's like, you're doing pretty good. And then he goes, okay, one more practice push. I push. He goes, okay, wait. He had to hurry up and get all his stuff on, come down there, and finally, half a push later, she came out really fast. She was very beautiful. Ella Mae Guerrero, born November 6, 2017 at 4:30 p.m. exactly, and she was 5 pounds 7 ounces. Beautiful baby girl. It was the best moment of my life. I honestly wouldn't trade it for the world. In my next video, I will explain other things that happened after she was born, but for now, this video, a thumbs up if you really liked it, subscribe down below, and comment anything you guys would like me to do, like video suggestions or anything like that. I'm down to do whatever you guys like to see. So remember to like this video if you liked it, give it a big thumbs up, and comment and subscribe. Thank you. Bye guys.